It has occurred to me that I haven't done a Begoth doll review with you guys in a couple of months, but that's also because I've had just a lot of things going on, and the dolls have been kind of put away for a while. But now that I have been revamping the office into more of my doll storage, I brought one of them out. I only have two left to review, so this one and then one final one. This is Back to School Storm Series 3. And one thing that you'll notice immediately about her, she has shocking white hair. This is not platinum blonde, this is actual white hair, or kind of ivory-like. But she does have two long strands of blue bangs. And you'll see that her eyes also have the blue and white X out mark. Her lips are also blue, if you can't tell in the lighting. Move it a little. She has very thin eyebrows. Each of her ears is pierced twice with two rings. She has a nose ring in one side and the labrae. Now, there are actually two versions of Back to School Storm. This one is the regular version, and then there was a Chase exclusive kind of version where she had black hair and wore kind of like an olive green colored shirt and skirt. But I actually prefer this one because of the color of her hair and how she stands out with the doll collection. I did remove her necktie, so this material here, this is her necktie, and it does, just kind of slip on and off, but because their heads are so large, I don't want to end up undoing the tie altogether, so I took it off because I do like to change their clothing and put her clothes on other dolls as well. So she has here a navy blue button-up shirt, and it actually does have pockets on the breasts, and it has three little, actually 4 buttons down the front, but only 2 of them actually have snaps on the inside. So the one up at the top is just for the open collar effect, and the one at the bottom doesn't have a snap. Her skirt is plaid. It's white with green and blue pattern, a little bit of yellow, but the yellow really doesn't have much. There's just a few strands here and there. I put the little safety pin in her skirt with this little moon charm just for some fun. That was my own thing. And also she had the big chunky boots, and I painted on the details, but also because so many of the dolls of Series 3 had the same kind of boots, I painted them differently. So even though these do have the cross on the top of the boot, I didn't paint them because with Serpentina I painted the cross. So I just painted the base and the bands. I painted them white, and this was just something I did. It doesn't really matter to me if I've affected the value of the doll because I'm not getting rid of them. But I wanted it to kind of correspond with her hair, and I was thinking I might actually go over some of the white with blue and give it more of a look, or even paint the crosses blue or something. But I'm always trying out different ideas with what I can do with my dolls. You may notice she also has a bit of a yellow tinged head. For the Series 3 dolls, there's definitely a different chemical mixture for the mold of their head compared to their body, because there was a room that in one of the houses I lived in where I had 2 walls that were completely nothing but windows. And so sunlight was unavoidable, even though I hung up as much large framed pictures and put furniture in front of those windows to block out the sunlight. Sunlight still got in, and it affected the facial molds of their heads. And so what they ended up with a syndrome I call yellow head syndrome, and it's very noticeable on the Series 3 dolls. And I don't think there's anything I can really do about that, but that's fine. I've just learned to live with it. It's okay. But I did purchase this doll at Hastings Entertainment when I lived in Muskogee. I've just heard the sad news that Hastings is now filed for bankruptcy and they will be closing all stores by Halloween this year, so that's only just a few months left. But they have long since no longer carried these dolls, since these dolls are actually no longer in production. So the only place I can find them now is online or by happenstance of a secondhand store. I saw one, and it was one of the 7-inch vinyl figures, and I didn't have the money on me, and then when I came back it was already gone. I was just like, ah, you know. But that happens. So anyway, this is Back to School Storm, and I love her for her uniqueness among an army of black-haired gothic dolls. She really stands out, and I have some Barbie dresses that I like to put on her. That one of them is white with blue trim. It's actually kind of like a wedding dress, and it just goes with her perfectly. And so there are times I pretend she's like my ice queen. And because her hair is so long, I do keep it in 2 braids just because it's more manageable that way. But I do sometimes put their hair up in other things. But yes, this is Back to School Storm from Series 3 of the Begoth dolls. Thank you guys so much for watching.